This is Shooting the Breeze with me, your host, Ray-Ban Rich. A lot of stuff that happened over the weekend. Let's just dive right into this Sophie Cunningham story. If you don't know, or if you haven't been following the Sophie Cunningham drama that's been going, this poor girl. Like, I love Sophie Cunningham. I've loved her since Phoenix, and then she went to, of course, the Fever. A lot of people don't like her in the WNBA. It's it's really ridiculous, actually. Okay, this is from People Magazine. Dejanay Carrington blasts Sophie Cunningham Indiana Fever for white privilege after ejection. And if you didn't see this, it's so ridiculous. Even Sophie's own coach was defending Dejanay. What's her last name? Dejanay Carrington. She blasts her. Sophie's going for a layup, and the ball was already out of her hands, and Carrington literally went and grabbed her by the face, like I'm talking like that. And the coach was like, "Oh well, it was just a hard foul." It wasn't just a hard foul. She definitely was defending Carrington, which is really absurd to me because why would you even do that as a coach? It's ridiculous. But let's get into this. Okay, so Dejanay Carrington is clapping back regarding her hard foul on Sophie Cunningham. White privilege. The Sky Forward 28 wrote on the thread shortly after she was ejected from the game against the Indiana Fever on Saturday, August 8th in Chicago. Carrington came out in contact with Cunningham's neck, like I said, with the neck, while going after the ball during the breakaway play in the first quarter. The Sky player's arm connected with Cunningham's head and jaw, sending the latter to the floor. Cunningham, 29, then bounced up and went after Carrington as their teammates tried to separate the players. Carrington was sent to the locker room. Originally, it was a flagrant 1, I guess, and then they upgraded it to a flagrant 2 foul. So they ejected her, and after that, that's when she made the tweet or whatever on X. Sorry. Later, the outspoken Cunningham downplayed any racial bias. There's no reason to even play that card, and called Carrington's hard foul an attempt for her just trying to get attention, which it was. You know, this poor girl, it's just like, why? The WNBA is getting absolutely out of hand. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. They hate Caitlin Clark. They hate Sophie Cunningham. They hate anybody that's, I guess, I hate to say it, not black or lesbian. If that's going to be a hot take, sure. But yeah, it's beginning to become a clown show, really. So, and this is what the coach said. Sophie's own coach, the Indiana Fever coach, I think she got really bad backlash for this too. In the aftermath, Carrington found an unlikely ally in the Fever head coach, Stephanie White. This is what Stephanie White said. One of the things about Carrington is that she's going to play her butt off. Man, White told reporters she's going to compete. Nobody's going to go walking in for a layup, and so I don't oppose the hard foul. So it's your own coach defending a flagrant 2 foul is just it's just getting ridiculous. And well, she is a known lesbian. Let's just put it out there, and that's a lot of what the WNBA is. To be honest with you guys, nobody really. I mean, the WNBA have more viewers year after year. They are getting a little bit more money, but they're still in the negatives when it comes to being, what is that, consolidated? No, I can't remember what the word was, but the NBA is still paying for them. They're still losing year over year. And then when you get somebody like Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, and you come into this, you get viewers and viewers, and then now they're mad about that. It's absolutely absurd. You know, and you know what's funny? It's a lot of feminists and all these things. And Sophie's also been getting backlash because she wore the no trans. She's like trying to stand up for women's rights, and they aren't. You saw they're trying to put more trans people into the league now. Like, what are you going to do with the WNBA? What is it going to be? The WTNBA, the TWA? What? It's getting to be an absolute atrocious. I know girls, and it's funny because there's so many feminists in this world right now, but none of them watch the NBA. Like, if you were to get the normal girl right now, just a normal 20-year-old to 30-year-old woman, and you say, "Hey, you're going to catch that Indiana Fever game this weekend," they're going to say, what the hell are you talking about? They would have rather watched Love Island, a season premiere or a new episode of Love Island, than catch one of these games. It's mostly guys that's watching it, and younger kids, younger girls who are playing the game, of course. But it's going to be an absolute joke. I mean, if you ask me, like, I do have friends that are friends of the WNBA. My boss is a big Indiana Fever fan, and so is one of my other coworkers, and we talk about it. But if you take the thing was, if you take away gambling, a lot of people aren't watching the WNBA. Like I know people that would be like, hey, if I said, hey, to one of my other friends, hey, let's put on the Fever game, they'd be all right. They'd automatically open up FanDuels and they would start, doing their bets. But if you take away betting, and I say, hey, let's put the Fever game on, and there's no gambling, they're gonna be like, what are you nuts? I'm not watching that shit. It's just crazy. I mean, it is entertaining. It is getting better, but this whole hate towards the stupid hate towards all this is just getting absolutely crazy. Nobody wants to see a bunch of crazy women getting pissed off at the people who are literally funding the leagues. Sophie Cunningham outsold like her jersey after that point when she did the pointing incident, when she did the pointing thing. Her jersey numbers completely tripled in price or something like that. They are not tripled in price, tripled in sales. The beating Caitlin Clark's. People are selling out. They want to see Caitlin Clark. They want to see Sophie Cunningham because they're hot. So I mean, Caitlin Clark's really cute, but Sophie Cunningham's hot. Lexi Hall's hot. The whole Indiana Fever um, are getting backlash over these two players. What do they call it? Tres leches or whatever. Um, but yeah, it's just starting to become such a freaking joke. Like seriously. All right, let's see what else she has to say here. So for Cunningham, the incident marked yet another storyline in a season full of them. This Missouri standout has drawn both ire and support from her opinion on the issue of trans athletes in women's sports. Um, she said, I get a lot of negative feedback about me hating trans, Cunningham told ESPN in July. And I'm like, I never once said that. I think that I am here to extend love, but I also think that with love is truth, being honest, and I want to protect young girls in a locker room or young girls in a sport who shouldn't have gone against biological men. Which I mean, she is right in that, and it's going to be the biggest debate of all time. It's a bunch of I don't want to say bull, whatever, but it's a big debate. It's a mixed debate between the public right now. Everybody's torn between the whole trans thing. If you ask me, you need to have a men's league, a women's league, and a trans league. If that's the only way we're going to settle this, I think. If we don't settle in this type of manner, it's just not going to happen. So, but you know what? If they had a trans league, I would watch a trans league. I would, and put Fandles on some betting on that stuff too. Oh yeah, I would definitely watch a trans league. I would probably, matter of fact, I would probably watch the trans league over the NBA at this point because the NBA we all know has gotten weak, is boring. Ever since Steph Curry took over the whole 3-point shot, that's a whole nother debate. But it's garbage. The NBA has not been entertaining. We all know it hasn't. It's turned into a 3-point contest every game, and there's no defense. So, but anyways, yeah. If you ask me, yeah, but get a trans league. I definitely would rather watch a trans league than the regular NBA at this point. But if you're gonna mix in trans all this with the WNBA, it's just I don't think it's the right move. So okay, this next story is from the Wall Street Journal, and it's quite the doozy. As a glizzy gobbler myself, this one is the rise of the $100 hot dog. Premium toppings, extravagant presentations, and supersized varieties are pushing hot dogs into the realm of Hayute cuisine. Whatever. So it reads, since its first appearance on the Coney Island boardwalk, the hot dog has been dogged by a low-brow reputation, low nutrition, low quality, low price, maligned by public health officials and persnickety parents alike. Lately, though, a humble Frank has been experiencing a culture glow up. Some are reinventing a distinctly American fare with international flavors, while others are elevating it, sometimes quite literally, to fine dining level with prices to match. So we have the caviar dog. The $100 golden glizzy features cream fraiche, or I don't know however you pronounce it, mascarpone, 30 grams of Ositra caviar, and 24-karat edible gold flakes served on a fresh baked croissant bun. It also involves a hot dog. The gilded grub became something of a sensation at this year's Formula One Miami Grand Prix and Miami Open tennis tournament, starring in countless social media videos and selling out at both events. $100 hot dog with some caviar. A fucking Grand Prix in tennis. Get out of here. You know you got to be loaded for that glizzy. People said, oh, wow, $100 hot dog, said Keith Glickman, managing partner of Golden Goat Caviar. The company behind the Golden Glizzy bid a $10 That Ossetra, oh, but a tin of that Ossetra alone sells for $120. So I joke to people, you're getting a deal here. They're in the negative, right? They're practically giving it away. Now, similarly decadent but less expensive are the two mini hot dogs with caviar and pickled shallots sold for $39 at the barroom at the Modern inside the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Let me get a look at these. These are, it looks like three little kind of remember the the Vienna sausages. We used to call them beanie weenies with look at this. They have shallots and a little nice little garnish on there. What is that little piece of rosemary and the caviar with looks like two little pieces of little bread there, like the Gardetto's little bread. You know what? Fuck it, $40. Throw it down. I'll take a couple of little mini glizzies. Take them down. $40 from wasted, buzzed or something. Whatever. Sure, why not? It's all for the experience, right? All right, let's move along to the hot dog tower. Off the slopes of Breckenridge Ski Resort in Breckenridge, Colorado, new towers are changing the visual landscape. They're not high rises, but multi tier spreads in the mold of seafood towers that instead are loaded with buns, wieners, and more. Dressing up the oysters isn't Breckenridge, said Marissa Frouchet, senior director of the resort's mountain dining. Hot, in parentheses, hot dog skiing, meanwhile, is an old term associated with the sport. I think she meant a little bit of downhill skiing, if you know what I mean. Along with the six all beef hot dogs and six sauces, the $60 tower comes with waffle fries, the dish, which brings an opulent touch to an otherwise everyman food. Is one of the several hot dog towers now being served in the private suites at stadiums and at high end taverns. The latter includes Alchemy Bistro and Bar on Martha's Vineyard, which offers a $29 four dog tower with fries and its late night menu. On its late night menu. A few mountains away from Breckenridge in Aspen Snowmass, a ski in ski out operation called the Hot Dogger recently started serving its namesake item with toppings like furikake, nori, nori, and wasabi relish. Sorry, I almost said something that was really, really similar to that. That was really, really bad. Prices run from $11 to $16, about 10 times as much as Costco's vaunted hot dog and soda combo, which has cost $150 since the mid 1980s. You know, I'm not paying $60 for this. These four hot dogs on pretzel buns looks like you can get that. That literally looks like a Circle K hot dog with the pretzel buns that they just came out with a while back. The waffle fries look super mid. There's six sauces. Yeah, six sauces there. No, $60 for that. You're just paying luxury prices for mid wieners. Among the wieners to achieve online fame is a nearly 2 foot long dog in a 19-inch bun sold for $45 at Coors Field in Denver, dubbed the dubbed the Grizzilla. I need me a Grizzilla in my life. Its name nods to Glizzy, the TikTok set chosen nickname for a hot dog. Did TikTok came out with the Grizzly? That was a TikTok thing? Oh, wow. Yeah, look at this hot dog. It's huge. Some of you ladies might be a little used to that hot dog. Hey, just kidding. The Glazilla's bun is 19 inches long. That is crazy. You go down course of $45 for a 19-inch bun and a nearly 2 foot hot dog. I don't know about that. Maybe. Glizzies are everywhere you look, said Joey Chestnut, the 42-year-old competitive eater who has won the coveted mustard yellow belt at the Nathan's famous International Hot Dog Eating Contest a record 18 times. Chestnut, known as Jaws and the Glizzy Gladiator. I know a couple ladies with those nicknames. By different generations, said that the appeal of hot dogs at any price might partly come down to nostalgia. It's hard not to have a good memory eating a hot dog. Chestnut said, hot dogs are like a safety blanket of fun. Be that as may, Joey, or shall I say, Jaws. Uh, I guess it's to each their own. I do love me a good old glizzy gobbler. I'm not about the glizzy I don't know about the glizzy gladiator though. But Yeah. So out of all these, I think I'd probably go for the 2 foot long. Definitely have to eat. I can try to take that down 2 feet of wiener. Not getting the tower. Might try the caviar but I'm not that bougie. And the little hot dogs, those are cool with the caviar bites, whatever, and the bread. But yeah. So that's the $100 hot dog according to the Wall Street Journal. We got some bougie hot dogs for some people who want to dip into their wallet for a nice caviar gold 24 gold plated dog. They're out there. So yeah, make sure that when you do get your hot dog to put it on social media so we can all see.